guys, it's Brittany, and today I am keeping things really real. I have no makeup on, and I want to talk about how to cover up breakouts, because see that? I get hormonal acne so at least once a month, and then I have hyperpigmentation from the previous month, so like, Mother Nature, love being a girl. It sucks, it totally sucks, but I've gotten really good over the years at covering up any breakouts on my face. Because I see you guys leaving a lot of comments like, oh, your skin's perfect. No, I'm not perfect. Like, I get hyperpigmentation, I get breakouts, and yeah, here's what I do to get them covered. For starters, you want to find a concealer that has a little bit of yellow color. The yellow is gonna help cancel out the redness. And this one is by, what is it? It's Mineral Fusion, and the color palette is Cool. It's good, too, to find, like, a concealer that isn't going to clog your pores and just make things worse. So I got this one at Whole Foods, and it's just mineral-based, and I haven't had a problem. It's been really nice with my skin, because I've noticed some concealers, like, when you put them on, like, you keep getting breakouts where you're covering, and it's like, it just makes things worse. Take a mirror, your concealer, and a brush. I sometimes use my finger, I'll use a brush, but I usually use a brush to apply it, and you put it on the breakout, and then I just like to tap and blend it in and blend it out. The key to covering up breakouts is not just put concealer on the breakout. You want to blend it a little bit around the area so it fades out. So it's not like it's like white spot on your skin. And I like to do this before I put on concealer because my concealer is powder. So even if you have liquid concealer, sometimes it's good to put it on the bigger breakouts, then put on your liquid concealer, and then go back and cover up and blend in. Because it'll smooth all the edges out on your concealer. Once you have everything covered, it's gonna look a little bit patchy, like you have little white patches, but that's what your foundation's for, is to blend it out. So I use the Larinum, the 2WM, it's their, what is it? Mineral Airbrush foundation. I love it. The only thing is I really have to blend it out, especially along here and whatnot, because it's just a mineral, like, basically powder, and I have really oily skin, so sometimes it tends to stick in certain areas. So I have to make sure, like, once I put it on, I'll flip my sponge over and, like, make sure I really blend it. Looking pasty, looking good. I learned a long time ago not to fight the pasty white. Like, it's not worth it. Like, it's not worth, like, skin damage from the sun is cumulative and irreversible, and even I get a little burnt here and there just because, like, you do the best you can. Like, I went hang gliding on Sunday, and I got burnt on my nose a little bit. That video will be up Saturday on my main channel. Oh my god, insane. It was so cool. But, yes, you heard me right. I went hang gliding. I already have a deep voice, so first thing in the morning, I sound like a man. I'm like, hey, good morning. Okay, now here's the trick. Because you just put on your foundation, sometimes the breakouts will show up a little bit, so I go back in with my concealer and very lightly we'll put it just over the breakout and blend it out a little bit. So anything that isn't fully covered, you just go back in a tiny bit and just pat. I don't go super crazy with it. Last step is to take your powder and set it. So just you make sure that you have everything covered before you move on to powder, because once the powder's on, it's like pretty much really hard to fix or cover up or work with. Don't you love the faces we make when we put on makeup? Powder. And just so you know, finding the right concealer is usually the hardest step, because like my skin, I'm fair, but I'm olive. So a lot of like fair concealers have a lot of pink in them, and I don't have a lot of pink in my skin. So like once I found the Cool one by the Mineral Fusion, that was great. But I think it's just finding the right concealer is sometimes the biggest struggle. But you'll just by experimenting, you don't need to keep the items you buy. So if you buy something and it doesn't work, take it back and get a different one, until you find one that blends in and looks nice. And that is how I cover up the pimples. And like I said, acne has been a thing that I've always struggled with. Like when I was younger, especially in high school and like first year of college, I like avoided dating a lot, and people would like ask me out, but I was afraid when someone gets too close, they could see how bad my skin was. And I just, I've realized as I've gotten older that if someone doesn't like who you are, then it doesn't matter like what the outside is, because the inside's so important. So, and I've been in different relationships where I've had acne and the boys have still liked me. So I just want to let you know, like, girls, don't stress out too much. Don't be so hard on yourself, because I'm not perfect. Your celebrities that you idolize are not perfect. I live in Hollywood. I see them in the grocery store. They have redness and crow's feet and all kinds of things that maybe you don't see on television, but it gets filtered out, or special lenses. or whatever. So yeah, just don't be hard on yourself. Have fun covering up your zits. And hopefully this video helps some of you, and the people that have perfect skin, I hate you. No, I'm kidding. I love you guys. Bye!